To believe that we've been in this AI boom for 3 years now, yet still really unclear about how many layers of the onion we haven't seen as of yet.
Disruption. Here to break down how quickly this tech is moving is our friend of the show, media and tech consultant, Mohit Rajhans. Good morning. Wearing your kicks. Go Raptors, go.
Go Raptors.
I don't think I didn't notice those.
Okay. That's part of the physical aspect, but let's talk about the artificial intelligence aspect.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, sure.
Not a day goes by where I don't send something to Nick Holland, our chat producer, and go, oh my gosh, do you believe this? And every day, inevitably, he goes, Dina, it's fake. It's AI. I keep getting duped. It's getting better and better.
Yeah. So 3 years of disruptions that have happened as a direct result of the introduction of ChatGPT. ChatGPT 3.5 came out in November 2022. And ever since then, the world has gone like this because there's been so much disruption from entertainment, education, right down to the environmental impact. And we have to really dissect this because this is the first cohort of graduates that are not going to know a world without ChatGPT. So imagine that impact that it's going to have on the world of work.
Sure.
It went to 20 million users in 1 month. It's gone to $1 trillion valuation, and this is still a non-for-profit company, but it's had an impact on every single technology company.
Is it a bubble? Is it a fad? This is our new reality. Which one of the three? All three? What is it?
The bubble aspect is where we're going to see tech layoffs. We're going to see people who are not adjusting to AI properly, and we're going to see a lot of layoffs as a result. So tech companies will have a bubble that is going to burst. Is it a fad? No. It's a utility. It's a tool. It's a tool that's being built into the other big tech companies that we use on an everyday basis. There's a reason why Google and Apple, et cetera, are adjusting. This disruption is here. It's here to stay, and every single industry is affected.
But now you're seeing all this stuff that says when it comes to jobs, Mo, the people who are in the trades are the only ones that are safe. Do you agree with that? Or do you think there'll be an ebb and flow, a natural transition and shift? Like, what jobs will it be affecting primarily? Who needs to worry? If they're going to school for 4 years, are they going to get a job?
I think a lot of people are sort of, it's vertical to vertical, right? So if you're in the medical profession and you're doing research, your job is going to be affected for how long that research is going to take, and therefore the results you're going to be seeing. But if you're in a job where you're in administration, yes, you should be worried. You should be worried that it shouldn't take you 5 hours to complete a task now that you have AI assistance available. And that's where workplace adoption is really important. When I say verticals, you've got to go to your company and ask how to use these tools properly, what the rules are. 95% of people admit to using ChatGPT, but then when you go to workplaces, they're like, no, you shouldn't be using it. That adoption rate is going to leave Canadians behind.
Okay, you're in this world. You're talking to people. Are people concerned? Do they care? Where do they lie?
It's really remarkable. It depends on the business that you're in. I did a survey recently on my LinkedIn, and I asked people, are you better or worse as a result of 3 years of ChatGPT? Or do you like it, or are you ambivalent? And it was 50-50. People are still ambivalent.
Isn't that surprising for you?
100% surprising, but it's worrisome because the rest of the world is grabbing onto this technology and moving. In education systems, it's being baked in. It's being baked into our professional lives. So what do we do now, right? We have to look, as a country, we have to have an adoption plan so that our students, right up to our professionals, feel like we are there with the changing times of technology. And I think we can do that. We have such a diverse population of data sets. We should be the ones driving the AI race right now.
How? What do you mean adoption plan? What are we adopting? How are we implementing it? What does it look like? What is this framework? It's always changing.
It is always changing. But the good news is we actually aren't in AI yet. We're still the intelligence and the artificial intelligence, if that makes sense. And all the work that you've done in your industries, that's what's still important to feed the system. AI is not smarter than us. We're the ones that's still training it. It will get out of hand. It will get out of hand if we don't control it.
Because we can't predict it. We don't know where. Let's look into the crystal ball. What's 3 years going to bring? You can't do that. We don't. Nobody can.
If you told me 3 years ago that we'd be sitting here talking about such a disruptive technology, I'd say you don't know what you're talking about.
So what do you say to your kids? You have 3 kids who are in school learning right now, and then it's like, for what end goal? For what job?
To Tim's point, my kids are ambivalent about AI because they just believe it's only going to get better and better. They're not even worried about what it takes to code something or to create an app or a website anymore. They're thinking about what they won't have to do in the future. And so, our kids are smart. They get it. They get that a lot of the grunt work and the time that we use right now to waste time is just that, wasting time, which is what AI is disrupting.
I was reading something that said, with all the job disruptions and AI helping our lives, that people will get to do things like learn how to garden and enjoy their own fruits and vegetables because they'll have more time to do so. Is that more of an optimistic look in that with more free time, you can have work-life balance and do things like connect yourself back with nature, oddly enough?
Never mind nature. Think about your kids. I can't help my kids with homework. But now there's no excuse. You can relearn that calculus. You can personalize their learning. We have people in our lives that can benefit from the utility of these tools. Let's not be ignorant. Let's not drive home the fear factor in all of this. Let's start to use these tools and make sure that the people around us, seniors in our lives are going to benefit from this technology when used properly. The other thing I want to cautiously mention, there's a lot of talk about legal advice and medical advice. Don't take it from any AI that you use. It is definitely not in a situation where it should be giving you this type of professional advice.
Didn't that change this week? The rules are already changing in terms of using it as a doctor, ChatGPT, because people are getting wrong advice.
That's where we don't have one mic, right? We don't have one mic from the company that actually tells you exactly what the rules are. So never take that for granted right now, especially with the AI that we're...
Because when we look at the medical profession, that could be positives coming from AI down the road, but we're just not there yet.
100%. If trained with proper guardrails and we've put in a situation where we know what we're testing and the data it's being tested on, that's the phase that we're in right now. It's not willy-nilly, though. Your search on ChatGPT is entirely different than somebody's in Asia. So your perspective is different, but I think it's a positive time. When I go and speak to people, people want to use these tools. They're not afraid of them. The question is, how do we demystify this process?
So embrace it rather than fear it, because it's here and it's staying. It's not going anywhere, is what you're saying.
We have to embrace it, but we also have to mitigate for it. There are environmental issues. There are job placement issues. And it's not just about adopting it. It's really about the fact that we have to figure a 360. That's why we still turn to government and say, infrastructure-wise, are we ready for the AI boom? And I think it's going to be fantastic to follow, and I'm really optimistic about it.
Where can people follow your chats? Because they're great.
I'm at ThinkStart.ca for my website, and I'm all over the web at Mohit Rajhans. And I love talking about this, so anytime.
It's fascinating. I think the most important tool any of us could have is critical thinking.
Yes.
Because no matter what
chats
we're consuming, it's what questions are you asking and how are you processing that information, and are you looking for the other side to be your own judge? Critical thinking is key, everybody.
We are the intelligence. We are the
Yes.
Welcome.
Whoa.